Hey there, folks. Greg Shepard here, S&A Financial Services. For those of you that don't know me by now, I specialize in helping folks just like yourself, if you're in higher education, basically just get the most out of that higher ed retirement plan. Okay, coming to you in April of 2023. We just got the new rates for April when it comes to TIAA Traditional. So I'll, of course, tell you what those rates are. And I'm going to, I guess, elaborate on what that actually means. So hang with me on that, and I'll explain that a little bit more. So April, good news, we didn't change from March. Okay, now we have seen a little bit of a downtrend since, let's say, maybe November of last year, 2022. So I didn't know what April was going to bring, of course, but we haven't changed. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you the rates on some contracts here. Now, this is not investment advice. I am not, folks, telling you to go out tomorrow and dump a bunch of money in TIAA Traditional. I am not doing that because you need to, there's so many variables I don't have time to get into. You must contact an independent investment advisor that specializes in these higher ed retirement plans, or just contact TIAA directly and they'll fill you in on some stuff, okay? Because each of you out there, as you probably know, when you drill into your TIAA website to look at your accounts, you have various contracts. Okay, so with that being said, the more popular contracts, I probably am not going to name them all. You got the RA and GRA. Those are popular on the illiquid side. You're looking at 6% on new deposits in April. Fantastic. RC contract, a relatively new-ish contract, looking at 6.25%. Okay, again, illiquid. SRA, GSRA, those are your more your liquid accounts. You're looking at 5.25%, and then RCP. I don't see very many of those, but RCP 5.5%. I got the I've got the IRA TIAA Traditional rate here as well. I've been asked about that a few times here lately, folks. I'm not a big fan of TIAA Traditional inside an IRA. Reason being, 3.45%, and that was for March. I don't know what April is. Honestly, I don't really care, because if it's 3.5%, my opinion, I think we can do other things to accomplish that. Okay, so let's go back to, let's use the RC contract as an example. Did I say it's 6.25%? Memory's fading. Yes, 6.25%. Okay, what does that mean? I've been asked about this a lot with current clients because we're utilizing these strategies. But I'm not telling you to do this. Make sure you contact someone that knows what they're talking about prior to you implementing any of these strategies. So the RC paying 6.25%, what does that mean? Okay, so theoretically, hypothetically, you could dump in money tomorrow into that RC contract, get 6.25% on that money per year. Okay, 6.25% per year on that $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $1 million you put in perpetuity every year. Okay, until distribution. You want to distribute these monies at some point. 7-year, typically RC is synonymous with a 7-year transfer payout annuity, lifetime income annuity option, or 120 days after separation of service, retirement usually. 2.5% penalty to roll it over to an IRA. Now, TPA is probably the most popular option. Again, you need to talk to somebody prior. Know a strategy prior, an exit strategy prior to you dumping money into these TIAA Traditional accounts. Now, kind of piggybacking off that a little bit, let's say hypothetically in June, okay? Let's go a couple years out. June's too soon, all right? I don't want bad news coming in June. So maybe a couple years out. Hypothetically, economic conditions change, interest rates are down, and the TIAA Board of Trustees decide, and that's who dictates what these rates are. They say, hey, economic conditions have changed. We can't do this high rate. We're going to give them minimum. I think on an RC contract, this is easily accessible. I think it's 3%. I could be wrong, but it's easily found, okay? Or just call TIAA. Let's say it's 3%. The board says things have changed. We can't do the 6.25%. We're going to do 3%, which is the floor for new monies going in. Then TIAA Traditional all of a sudden doesn't become as attractive as it is now, paying that 6.25% in perpetuity. Okay, so every time you put money in from payroll deduction, let's say, or just a one-time deposit, you need to know, of course, what month you're in, because that correlates to the bucket they call it buckets of interest rate credits. Okay, so a lot of folks will dump money in now. This is not investment advice. I hate to keep saying that. Just take advantage of these high interest rates and maybe not payroll deduct into TI Traditional going forward. Everyone's a little different. Everyone is unique in their situation. Please, 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 please contact someone that knows what they're talking about prior to you messing around with this TI Traditional, because it can and will back up on you. I've seen it a number of times with folks not knowing what they're getting into until it's not too late. It's just not what they thought, especially on the exit strategy, distribution. Okay, folks? Be more than happy to help you out. I'll throw my contact information down somewhere in the show notes. My information is pretty easily found. Folks are contacting me all the time. Don't be bashful in contacting me. I'll help you out as much as I can. Okay, folks? I think that's it for this video. Okay, folks. Greg Shepard here, S&A Financial Services. All right, go have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.